visionaries. Welcome to another Monday Night Live training, where your journey to business success accelerates. Join us for insights, strategies, and tools to elevate your business while keeping your budget in mind. It's time to transform your passion into profit. Your host, Corey Fonville Foster, is about to take the stage. Get ready to be inspired and empowered. The future of your business starts now.
Hey guys, happy Monday Night Live. I am so excited to be here with you guys. It feels so crazy because I was literally thinking one, it's the first day in April, so it feels really cool, but also it's the first day of the second quarter of the year. And for businesses, this is crazy. Just the feeling of we've already gone through a whole quarter of the year. So back in December, which doesn't even feel like long ago, it literally feels like it was last month, we were making all of these amazing plans for 2024. Now, I know some of you might be excited by the fact that we're in the second quarter because you set out, you had major goals, and you have been just running full speed towards those goals the first 3 months of the year. But for others of you, I know that hearing that we're already in the second quarter may make you be like, ugh, like, God dang it, where did the time go? I thought this was going to be my year. But regardless of if the year's been smooth sailing or just an amazing kickstart, or if you've been feeling like, why have I not been able to piece together things? It's not too late. Okay, it's not too late. You have 9 more months to still get things done. So I don't want anybody to be discouraged. And if you've been going on all your cylinders and you've been just hitting the ground running, I want you to keep up the momentum. Because I want us all to succeed. If you've been paying attention to our previous Monday Night Lives, you know that every month we kind of have a theme. Last month, we really focused on women in business. Before that, we talked about branding. Before that, we were talking more about goal setting and setting up our businesses. For April, we're really going to dive into optimizing our social media, really understanding our analytics. We're going to talk a lot about SEO this month. And it's so funny because I don't actually like talking about SEO. And people ask me why. And it's really because when I have been in places where potential clients, current clients want to talk about SEO, they seem to have this idea that if they make it and they SEO optimize, then people will just come and they feel like they can just leave it be. And that's not really how it works. But we're going to talk about it because it is still a really crucial part about business and you should know about it. And so we're gonna dive into that this month. So if you are trying to figure out how to optimize your digital footprint, what is SEO and how does it all work and how does it intertwine to your business? If you're trying to figure out what analytics you should be looking at and paying attention to, then this month definitely catch all of our Monday Night Lives. And if you are like, what is a Monday Night Live? Every single Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we all come here and watch free trainings that we make for you, specifically for you and where you are in business. Now, I kind of hinted at last month that we would be doing more Q&A, and we won't be doing it tonight, but following tonight and for the next kind of foreseeable future, at the end of every single one of our Monday Night Lives, I will open the floor for questions. You can comment the questions and I would be happy to answer that. And I focus on areas like business fundamentals, business foundations, basically marketing and sales. So if you have questions that have been just brewing in your spirit, definitely get those questions to me. Now, even though I won't be having time today to actually do the Q&A portion, still comment your questions and I will reply to them. If it's something complex, I'll be happy to get you on a call or anything like that. We'll make sure your question gets answered. And feel free to give enough information for me to really understand like the context behind your question, or if there's a link that you want me to see, maybe you want me to check out, because we'll be talking more about like websites and landing pages and different types of products. You can always shoot a link and let me see what you got going on, so that I can effectively answer your question. Hopefully that's fair, right? I feel like it is, giving you a little bit of free coaching here. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. Today, let me get it up on the screen if it wants to act right. Hold on, let's see. technology. There we go. Today we're going to talk about digital marketing essentials for small businesses. You're a small business owner. I'm a small business owner. So we're going to talk about some of the elements that we really need to understand and utilize to be effective in a digital space. I actually recently talked to a group of kids at a high school, and I was explaining to them that my business really flourished during COVID when everything went virtual. But I had clients and prospective clients that were very apprehensive about being online, what to share, how to share it, where to be, how to be, all the things online. And I had people who were like, I'm not going to do this thing called social media. I'm a private person. They had maybe been doing business for years. And they were like, I'm just not. And I asked the kids, I said, what do you think happened to their businesses? And they said they probably didn't do well. I said, yeah, a lot of business closed. A lot of amazing businesses closed because they weren't ready to adjust and pivot in a marketplace that was going more digital. And I told them this. I said, and unfortunately, people banked on the idea that we were going to go back to what was normal, right? Our old norm, but that never is going to happen again because now people know there's other ways to do things. We can touch people all around the world digitally. And why not? Like, why not increase our earning potential by being able to reach out to people versus being stuck in our little city or state or village? Lord, who's living in villages? But our city or state, our little area. And so, yeah, this is the new norm. So please don't be nervous. We're going to take it one step at a time. And when I work with clients, we take it a half a step at a time if we need to make sure that you are educated and comfortable as you navigate this digital marketplace. But before we dive in, I always like to do a little intro. These Monday Night Lives are sponsored by my company, iRock Marketable Business Solutions. We're based out of Virginia, but we work with amazing entrepreneurs from coast to coast. At iRock Marketable Business Solutions, we're dedicated to helping coaches, consultants, small business owners, and pretty much anybody in between. We want to help you achieve your goals and unlock your full potential. I always tell people I don't define what success is. For my clients, they tell me what they envision for themselves, and I help them achieve that. And while keeping that in mind, I also think about their skill set, their budget, software they already have available to them, resources they have available to them, and we optimize those. That's why we're going to be talking about optimizing all month long. But yeah, that's our cornerstone. We don't go out here and sell you tons of software. We don't go out here and tell you you have to spend thousands of dollars on ads. We literally look and see what do you already have at your disposal that you have not fully optimized. Let's optimize that to hit your goals, and then let's build on that. Let's make a little bit of money before we spend money. I think that's what people like to hear, and that's our philosophy as well. A little bit about myself, if you didn't know, even though I've been chit-chatting with you now for almost 10 minutes. I am Corey Fonville Foster. I'm the CEO of iRock Marketable Business Solutions, but I'm also a speaker, a trainer, and a certified business coach. So if you do any coaching with us, I'm the lead coach. You'll get to see me, hang out with me, and I'm hopefully going to be able to be a small part of your amazing entrepreneurial journey. A little bit about my backstory. I actually am self-taught. I'm going to say it like that because I think sometimes people need to hear that word, self-taught. I actually have a background in the medical field, loved it, thought I'd be there forever. But due to a rare eye condition, I found myself having to leave that job, leave school, and find a new path that led me to entrepreneurship, to keep a long story short. And I've been loving it ever since. This is my second business, and I've had this business for now, oh my gosh, probably over 6 years. I absolutely love it. I love being a coach. I love doing marketing. I love being able to be a part of people's journeys. And this is why I get up every morning. It just brings me so much joy. This is my high. Somebody asked me before, like, what fires you up, and I'm like, seeing other people succeed. like I don't know. That's just my thing. I love it. It fuels me. It gets me up on those days that are really rough to know that I am making a difference in other amazing people's lives. So that's a little bit about me. Some of the things we offer here. This is not a time where I want to sell you anything. I believe in just sharing because selling is service. So I want to tell you, in case you need these services, that we do offer them, because if not, I would be wrong for that. So what do we do here at iRock? Well, we have coaching programs all the way from one-on-one coaching, group coaching, courses, webinars, free trainings like this. We have consulting where we actually work with companies and organizations to support them. We also have marketing services on the marketing portion of our business, where we have things like logos, video editing, websites, landing pages. We do commercials. We do digital graphics, the list goes on and on. We're kind of a one-stop shop. We also have virtual assistants. A lot of people asked me for virtual assistants last year. Y'all need to come on for our next this part of the program. But yeah, we have virtual assistants who have been trained, vetted, and are ready to go to service you in the areas of marketing and admin. So if you're looking to build out your team, we have support there. And yeah, that's what we do here at iRock Marketable Business Solutions. And I like to say we also have pretty much things on everybody's budget. So don't count yourself out before you reach out. Reach out, see what we offer, especially like the VA services on our website, iRockMarketableBusinessSolutions.com. You actually can see the plans. They are super affordable because we believe in affordability and access here at iRock Marketable Business Solutions. But anywho, what are we going to cover tonight? We're going to talk about some key components of a successful digital marketing strategy. We're going to talk about how you can utilize social media efficiently for business growth. And we're going to talk about measuring and analyzing digital marketing successfully. Okay. Those are the three things we're going to cover. And I'm going to try to get you in and out quickly. All right. I don't want to be before you too long. And these are not in any particular order. I was going to put them in an order, but I really think it's more important to address these things than it is for me to be up here forever and tell you which one you have to get first. And truth be told, it depends on what you're doing and where you are in your business. Some of you have started your businesses and kind of put the cart before the horse. I would not give you the same strategy as I would give to someone who is just starting out and they're in the thought process starting to build their brand. And it also depends on your budget because we have to prioritize what will give us the biggest bang for our buck now and what we can invest in later. So I don't want you to think this is a cookie cutter. You must have all of these things. These are just things that you need to consider, and they will all aid you in having a successful business. So let's talk a comprehensive website, and I put / landing page. The jury is really out on whether you need a full website or if you can live with a landing page. And I personally believe it depends. One, do you already have a website? That's always some people. Do you already have one? And what software do you already have that you can utilize? A lot of email marketing software now allows you to build a website on that, which is pretty decent. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to website landing pages, your business needs a home, right? It needs a home. And I totally get somebody's going to tell you people out here doing business with no website. Pay attention to your audience. Most of the people I work with clients and businesses. People want to make sure you're legit. Yes, if you start a press-on nail company, yes, you can sell literally on Instagram and TikTok and never have a website. Kudos to you. But for coaches and consultants, I still find that having a website and a landing page creates a sense of trust with your consumer, saying, hey, okay, I see that they're legit. They have this place where I can come and see what they're about, learn about them and their team, learn about their mission and vision, see testimonials, possibly see videos, see where they've been in media, different elements like that, see a blog. People still value that. So I do think it's important to have a website or at least a landing page that really is I'll call it the storefront of your business. Just make sure that whatever you create, whether it's a website or a landing page, is mobile friendly. So many people, and if you're wondering why I'm saying this, if you have a website or landing page, look at your analytics and see how many people view you from like a desktop versus mobile. Most people view you mobilely, not me, but most people do. So you want to make sure that not only does it look great when you sit at your laptop or your desktop, but it also looks really great when somebody is looking on their phone at your site. Sometimes things shift, but for most website building softwares, they will give you a view where you can see both, but then also get in your preview mode or actually look at your live website or landing page on your desktop and on your phone to make sure that it looks great and all the functions still work effectively. Also, you need to make sure that it's easy to navigate. It's not about you talking about you. It's about your potential customer or your current customer's experience. What do they need to know? What do they care about? How easy is it for them to find it? And then make sure it's SEO optimized. Make sure you're using keywords so that it can be easily searched and things can be easily found on your website. And there's a lot more that goes into a website. I actually have like what should be on your website, like a guide. You got to be a client to get it. All right, content marketing. I want you as a business owner to start thinking about value. You want to develop value that's relevant content that will be engaging for your audience. Everything will always go back to knowing who your target audience is. If you're out here just kind of throwing things out, feeling like, oh, well, today I went on a trip, I'm going to post that. Yesterday I did some work, I'm going to post that. You're going to notice that you're not going to have consistent engagement. You're not going to have consistent conversions, because that's really what it's about. It's not about the likes. It's not really even about the follows. It's about conversion. How many people are converting to paid clients, right? How many lives are you able to touch and actually support and do business with? So in order to do that, we have to be about value. We don't want to be selling constantly. Don't put out a sales post. I had one client I looked at and it was just like event, sale, event, sale. It's like, okay, but where's the value? Why should I look at this? Because I'm not getting anything out of it unless I'm going to go to the event or I'm going to buy a product. I want to go to your Facebook page, your TikTok. I want to see your email and I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to make some type of shift. Maybe it's a mindset shift from that content. So just make sure that you're putting out value more than you're putting out selling posts or selling pieces of content, and make sure that it's super engaging to your audience and keeping your audience at the forefront of your mind. Email marketing. So I gotta laugh. I have some people that get on calls with me and I'm like, do you have a list? They're like, yeah. I'm like, how big is the list? Usually it's not that big. And I'm like, okay, cool. No problems. Then I say, how often are you emailing? And they're like, well, I emailed once, or I email, every blue moon, or when I have a sale or an event. And it's like, please don't do that. Again, it goes back to value. Make sure you're putting out consistent value, even if it's via email. And then, yes, you can still have sales posts. Yes, you can still have event posts, but it's also about emailing consistently. People should know that you're going to email them. They should expect to see it, right? There's certain people, if I don't see an email, I'm like, oh, they all right. Because they send emails pretty consistently. Whether I read them or not, there's actually been times where certain individuals have such good content that even if I don't want to read it all the time, I actually have created folders where I just throw their things in, and then when I'm ready to read it, I go back and look at it. There's another group of people who email me some really good content that I love to share with you guys. And literally, I have a chat GPT chat where I just throw their email content in there so that it can kind of summarize it for me so I can keep up with it, because they email like a couple of times a week and I don't have time to necessarily sit and read all of those emails, but they give just that good of value that I'm like, hey, I want to learn this information so that I can share with my audience. That's what I want for you guys. I want you to create emails that are just like, oh, I want to read it. I want to read it. And be creative, have fun, be personal, give stories, create a video, give out a freebie, like make them engaging pieces of content. We actually at iRock plan at least one value email. We call them value emails specifically. We send out one of those a week, right? Then I do these lives, and if you're on our email list, you know that I actually send out a replay link that kind of summarizes what I talked about and gives them a link to watch it on YouTube so that they can catch it if they, want to still, because some people forget, and Mondays at 6 aren't great for everybody. And so those are 2 emails that go out every single week. And then if we have an event, there's more emails. And I know that some of you are sitting here thinking like, I don't want to email people, but the proof is in the pudding. And we're going to talk about analytics and matrix later, but I used to feel that way too, because I was like, I don't like getting all these emails. However, you're playing a numbers game, guys. I need you to realize it. You're playing a numbers game. You need to send out emails because they convert. Now, I don't believe in being spammy. That's why I said they're not all sales emails. Not all sales emails. They are value emails. I'm giving you free information. That's why people don't unsubscribe to me all the time. They don't mind staying because I'm not constantly saying buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. I'm saying, hey, did you know? Check this out. Here's a resource. Here you go. And they're like, all right, cool. I might read it. I might not, but I'm not going to unsubscribe because I might want to read it later. And that's the least that you want, right? So make sure that you're emailing. I love working smarter, not harder. So I do create emails in batch. I try to keep them in line with what I'm posting. So say, for instance, you're watching like this month, you're hearing me talk about SEO and optimizing your social media. Guess what? All the value emails kind of cover the same types of topics, but in different ways so that people kind of can get a nice rounded bit of information by the end of the month from me. And then again, you're seeing video, you're seeing social media, you're seeing email, you're seeing blogs, all around the same content. So I'm not recreating things constantly. I'm reusing things and kind of just changing which format you're going to see it in. Because some people like to see me on LinkedIn. Some people like to see me on Facebook. Some people don't even want to see me. They just want to hear me. So they got the podcast. Some people just want to see the words. They have the blog, they have the emails. So you have to diversify how you're putting out content. We'll talk more about that as well as we go through this talk. But back to emails, just make sure that you are emailing, you're emailing consistently, and you're giving massive value. All right, affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is so overlooked by a lot of people, and it's just a great way to build up your clientele really easily, and also give back a little bit. So, what is an affiliate marketing? Well, it's a program that you utilize to encourage others to promote your products or your services. They get a little kickback commission, but they're really doing the work. You're sitting back and you're seeing people book calls, or you're seeing people purchase things, and you've had to do nothing, right? So why not? Usually it consists of giving them their own link. This is, you don't want to have to get smarter, not harder. You don't want to have to keep track. You don't. And so you want to be able to give people their own links. If you're using a software like Teachable or Thinkific or Kajabi, they have built-in affiliate marketing tools. Kartra also has a built-in affiliate tool. Last time I checked, I had to think about it. I haven't been up there in a while. But yeah, where you can create a product or service, you can decide how much of a commission they get. You can give them their own link. And you don't have to create new things. It can literally be the same landing page, but when they use their link, the system will notate it, and then when the person buys it, they just get the commission. They have to, the person who is the affiliate has to, connect their banking stuff or however they're going to get paid, their PayPal, and the system takes care of it. It's not that big deal. A lot of people are like, but I don't want to lose money. Well, right now you have $0 from that client, right? That prospective client. They don't know you. You got $0 from them. Your product, let's just say it's $100. Let's keep it simple. Okay, so you're like, I don't want to lose. Maybe your commission is 10%, right? You don't want to lose the $10. The $10. Now, granted, most of the time we use this for high ticket, but we're just gonna keep it simple. 10% commission on a $100 product is $10. You don't want to lose $10 from each one of your products because your product's only $100. Well, again, you have zero from that client right now, the prospective client. Somebody else goes and tells this person about this product because they want to get their affiliate coins. And now that person's like, oh, cool, I never knew about this. I'm going to buy it. I trust this person. They spend $100. You get $90. That person gets $10. You got $90 more than you would have had. So you got to kind of change your mindset. Some of you who are maybe interested in having like setters and closers, but you're not quite ready, or you don't have the funds to invest, this is also a good way to do that by having an affiliate program. Maybe somebody's reaching out saying they want to be a setter. Well, you know what? Hey, I don't want to necessarily have a setter, but I'll do affiliate marketing and you'll get your commission. It's an easier way also to test people out, but anybody can be an affiliate, which is really great. You can also collaborate. Maybe you're in a group of coaches and you guys can be affiliates of each other so that you can all kind of get a little commission kickback for marketing each other's products because they're not competing products. So that's something to think about to kind of bring in more clients, but also increase your range. You're going to get exposure to people that you may not have ever encountered before. And it's usually pretty easy to set up. All right. Something else that you just kind of need to have, and I've talked about this many times to my clients, and I wish I would have known about it when I started because I didn't. And it's like, how did I even do business back then? But if you're going to be on this digital platform, you're going to have customers and you're going to have to keep track of them and be able to easily communicate with them while looking professional. A CRM system, which is a customer relationships management system, is going to be key. It is absolutely amazing. And I would even go as far as to say an essential tool for coaches and consultants, especially if you are working digitally. I personally prefer HoneyBook as my CRM, but Dubsado is probably a close second. I really tell people they just have a different look and feel, and they do the same thing pretty much. Like once one of them has like a certain new feature, the other one usually has it within a couple of months. So they kind of just go back and forth. So it's not really like which one is better. It's like which one do you like more, or which one has a sale. Just let's call it a spade a spade. I picked HoneyBook because I liked the way it looked, like the way it functioned. But also at the time, they had a sale where I could pay like $10.50 every month until I hit $10,000 within their system, which was really great because I already had a business, but I kind of slowly put my old clients in and kind of just let it take a couple months before I got to $10,000 in the program so I could learn the program, but also only have to pay like $10 or so every month to run it, which was really cool. So figure out if they have a sale, but figure out if you like the interface. But you do need a customer relationship management tool. Now, what do you do in there? Because people always ask me. You can do a lot. There's probably even more features than what I'm going to mention, but these are the main ones that I use. One is it has a flow, right? It will tell you where prospective clients are kind of in your client journey or client flow. It'll say, oh, the person did a questionnaire. You followed up. They booked a call. They'll tell you the call is scheduled. Once you book the call, maybe it'll say the proposal is sent. I'm trying to think in my head what mine looks like, but yeah, the proposal sent. They paid the proposal. You can even see that they viewed it. Invoice paid, all that fun stuff. Project was started. You can see project was completed. You can archive people within each person's, we'll call it portal. On the backside, you are able to see any outstanding or paid invoices. You're able to see past and current contracts. You're able to put additional notes that they can't even see. You're able to note who referred them, meetings, additional tasks, where you can put actual like due dates, so it will remind you. You can put additional people on a project. So maybe there's a team of people that are working, or a main person and their BA that you're communicating with. The list goes on and on. You can customize so many things. I send out all of my invoices through there. I get paid through there. It connects to so many other programs like Calendly. So when people schedule through Calendly, it shows me in my CRM. I can email, I can get emails, I can see uploads, I can send uploads. I can send batch emails, I can do batch actions. There's just so much that I can do. It really, again, allows you to work and communicate with your prospective and current and past clients in a really professional way. On the other side of it, your client has their own login for their portal where they can see the messages and take care of billing and all that kind of fun stuff. And they're just really good. Also, the team at HoneyBook specifically are really good at like helping you. If you're like, hey, my client's having an issue with this, or I'm having an issue, I want to do this. They're really great at helping you troubleshoot the system to make sure that you can do business kind of your way. They actually just this year did some revamps to it to make it even more customizable. And I haven't even got to play with all those features yet, but they're just absolutely amazing. But like I said, Dubsado historically, they're kind of just neck and neck. I don't follow Dubsado as much because most of my clients are in HoneyBook and I'm in HoneyBook. But it has, like I said, consistently been like 1-2-1-2 kind of switching places. So definitely check them out. Usually they both run specials pretty consistently, but you need a CRM for sure. I can talk about CRMs forever, but we're going to go on to the next thing. Remember, if you have questions, you can definitely comment them and I will try to answer all the ones that I see. All right, so we're going to talk about utilizing social media as you grow your business as well, because this is a big component of your digital marketing strategy. Social media is the big thing, right? Because I always tell people who like, oh, I don't want to use social media. Why not? It's a free tool. Like, I've had coaches back in the day that were like, when they started, because they're kind of old, they were like, they had infomercials and stuff. And they had to not only pay for the infomercials, but they had to have enough in stock that if it was successful, they could sell their products and send it out on, CDs and and cassettes and things. We don't have to do that. We can use social media for free from the comfort of our home. We can invest as much or as little in it and still have some success. So when you think about social media, I want you to first choose the right platform. Now, for those of you who get overwhelmed and are just starting out, I always say pick the platform that you like the best. Pick the platform where your customers mostly are. Those are the two platforms I want you to pick first and be consistent on those. Now, for those of you who are ready to really kind of get your feet wet, I do really suggest using a scheduling system. And if you're going to use a scheduling system, you might as well post to the big social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, TikTok, unless TikTok decides to go away. I hope not. But yes, all of those platforms I suggest, because why not? It doesn't take you any more time to schedule it to these other platforms. So I do suggest, and you can post the same content on all of them. And then the content that only can go on certain ones, like certain ones only will let you do video of a certain type, and also like YouTube. And then some will let you do flat images, some will let you do stories, but put it on all the ones that it applies to. And it doesn't have to be different, because what you will find is that people are like, well, what if they see it on Instagram and they see it on Facebook? People will engage with you on the platform they enjoy the most. I have never had someone come to me or a client come to me and say, somebody said they saw the same thing on TikTok and Instagram. Never. Never. So get that out of your head. You don't have to post different things. But obviously some platforms focus mostly on photo, some on words, some on video, some short video, some long video. It depends. Know your platform. But yes, you can put the same content across multiple platforms at the exact same time. Do not do more work than you have to, but just make sure that it's value content and it's engaging for your audience. Okay. Next, I want you to focus on engagement, right? More than just getting it done. You want to make sure that you are having call to actions, right? That you're telling people to comment, you're telling people to like, follow, share, book a call, join a challenge, whatever the case may be. Having that call to action, asking them questions, putting out a poll, putting out a survey, having a clickable link, whatever the case may be, link in bio. You want to have engagement. You don't want to just be putting out stuff for the sake of putting it out. And then if they do say something, make sure you're actually responding. I've been on clients' platforms, and especially when they're first starting out and we're doing a lot of work for them. And then I'm like, hey, did you see such and such commented? Or I'll like screenshots, and then they're like, nah, like you gotta go back. You gotta go back. I even had a client recently come to me and be like, I don't want to get the notices when like they're saying, oh, followed, share. I'm like, but that's the good stuff, because then you go back and you can follow the person back, or you can comment, hey, welcome. Like, you want to be engaging. You want to have a two-way type of relationship with people on social media, because if you're paying attention, you'll start to see when somebody's really engaged, and that's when you need to reach out and be like, hey, let's get on a call, right? You're really engaged. I see you're commenting, you're sharing, you're doing all this stuff. Let's talk, because you're really liking this content. This must be your jam. You must be my target audience. But if you're just putting the content out and then never going back, you're doing yourself and your business a big disservice. All right, and let's talk a little bit more about consistency. Again, we don't want to just be putting it out. I want you to also be talking about brand. We did a whole month on brand. I think it was February, where we talked about brand and brand consistency. Make sure that you're not putting out stuff in random colors. I'm not saying that every now and then you can't have a different color. Maybe you booked an event and they gave you their marketing material. You got on a podcast, or you took a picture someplace. But for the most part, I want things to be branded. I want them to be in your colors, in your style, in your vibe. I want to see your logo. Because they're easier. You have to think, when you look at your news feed, let's say Facebook, and you're like, going through, it's easy to just skip over stuff and not even read it if it doesn't catch your eye. But there are certain colors, because I have a lot of clients that have purple, and a lot of them that have green. Those I just kind of look at, and because I go through and I'll like people's stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure somebody likes it. I'm gonna like it, and so I just go through and I'm like, yeah, or people that I just personally like to follow. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a girl who I love watching, Latasha. I can't think of her last name. She's social media manager, absolutely amazing young lady. But she has this like very charcoal background that she records a lot on, and she always has like the straight hair, the glasses, the mic. It's just, you can tell her vibe, her aesthetic. I don't care how fast I'm scrolling. I can see when her post goes past, I'm like, oh wait, and I go look at it or I read it, because it's consistent. And again, we're not just saying logo, we're not just saying colors, but even the vibe of it, the fonts you're using, it will catch people's eye, and they know to look for you because you're going to be consistent and your branding is going to stand out. And so you're going to have more engagement and more customer loyalty engaging with your content that way. Okay. All right. Something that I don't recommend for everybody, but if you are ready, paid advertisements on social media are also great. I definitely have clients who have utilized paid advertising, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, and they've done phenomenal. What I would say is this is not something that I tend to recommend to people to do on their own. You can try it, but I wouldn't invest a lot of money in it. And truth be told, if you don't have enough money to invest, it's kind of not worth it. It just isn't. I've had people who come to me and they're like, I just want to run ads. And it's like, well, do you have at least, $1,000 a month? That's like probably the lowest I would even consider. If you don't, then it's probably not. It's not probably a good marketing tool for you right now. It just isn't, because you get paid. The way it works is every click costs you, and coaching ads are not that cheap right now. And so you also have to know kind of what to say. There's rules and regulations around it. It's a lot. And so usually I recommend, if you're going to do paid ads, that you can pay somebody who knows how to do ads. So at least you're going to get a return. You're going to get some great conversion. And paid ads is not the same thing. Paid advertising is not the same as boosting a post. They're not the same. I don't mind if you boost a post. It's not going to do a whole bunch, but it's cool. But actually paying for yourself to pop up on people's screens, pay somebody to do it. Make sure they know what they're doing and have enough money to support that ad, and have realistic expectations. Do not think a million people are going to, check it out and you're spending $5 a day. I'm just going to say, and truth be told, if you're doing it on Facebook, they usually will tell you when you put your budget in over how many days and your target audience and location, all that fun stuff. It'll tell you kind of how many people it's going to reach. And again, $5, $10 a day, not going to reach that many people. There's probably a better strategy for you than that at this time. And that's what I have to tell a lot of clients, to be honest. All right. Content, I always suck with this word, diversification. But kind of going back to what I said earlier, share a mix of formats. So don't just post flat 2D images. Don't just put carousels. Don't just do shorts. People, when shorts came out, people were like, real. They just kept doing 1,000 reels. Reels do well, but people still want to see flat images as well. So make sure that you diversify. Overall, like blogs, video, carousels, stories, like have a nice bit of everything, and consistently put out a bit of everything. For a lot of my clients, I recommend a 2D graphic every day with caption. I never recommend just words. I think that people just don't look at it, to be honest. If you can do at least a story a day, I recommend 1 to 3 stories a day. I struggle. That's one of my pet peeves. I just struggle to put them out. I forget, just being honest. But yeah, 1 to 3 stories a day is nice. I also recommend at least every other day putting out a short form video, and at least once a week a long form video. It may sound like a lot, but literally, if I record this one Monday Night Live with you, this is long form, right? I'm already at about 38 minutes. And then I shorten these into clips that are 1 to 3 minutes long. Those are shorts. Well, not on YouTube. They're shorts on, nope, I lie, 1 minute or less. Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, right? These are short form videos. They can go, you can put them on Facebook too if you want, but they're shorts, right? Same content, but clips. That's what I'm talking about, and I put it in graphics. Those are your 2Ds. Maybe I want to talk about a couple of the steps. That could be a carousel. Maybe I want to show some still footages of me doing my Monday Night Live or marketing my Monday Night Live. Those would be stories. Maybe I want to do a blog version of this, which I do, and I put that out every week. There we go. So we diversify it, but you want to make sure that people who want to engage in different ways with you can. That's the bottom line. And it doesn't have to be totally different content. Don't think you have to think of 20 different things. Take one topic. This is about social media, right? Or optimizing your digital footprint. You could do all of those things with the same topic, just in a different format. All right, now let's talk about analytics, because and this is the last little bit we're going to talk about, and I'm not going to go too deep. Know your numbers, guys, or talk to someone that can really look at it, because everybody's situation will be different. But it is important not just to throw these things out there. You can do everything I've already talked about, but if you don't go back and look at how the things are working and adjust, you're going to struggle. So some things to kind of look at: your Google Analytics, social media analytics, your ROI, that's your return on investment calculations. This will assess the return on investment for various digital marketing channels, right? So say you are boosting a couple of posts, or you are doing some paid Facebook ads or something like that. Make sure you're going back to see, for the money you spent, what happened. That's basically what happened. How many, and also it's different parts of it. So how many people did you reach, right? That were your target audience. How much money did it cost you for those people to see you? Then how many people clicked whatever your link was? Maybe it's your freebie, maybe it was a book a call, right? Then how many people converted to sales? How many people joined your email list? Whatever the case may be. All of those pieces of data. Because if one of those pieces of data is really low, it will stop the rest of it from being great as well. And then you can say, oh, this is the issue, right? This is the first piece that messed up. I need to adjust it. Maybe you forgot to put a call to action on the ad, or maybe you picked the wrong one, or maybe the next step was not as good. You can adjust, but you need to know, like, how did the thing do? Don't just keep throwing money at it. Conversion funnel analysis, right? Track how users move through a sales funnel and identify, again, where drop-offs occur. So you might need to map it out and say, okay, prospective client over here, right? They start in one spot. How do they get to the end? And if they don't make it to the end, where do they drop off, so you can fix it? Because oftentimes you just forget to put something in place. So maybe you have a lead magnet, right? They get to the lead magnet spot, they don't finish it, and then they don't book the call. Well, why didn't they finish the lead magnet? Well, because the lead magnet wasn't great. It didn't keep their attention. Or they, asked for this PDF and they never opened the email. Why didn't they open the email? This is when you go back and fix and adjust to ensure that people don't fall off. Maybe people booked a call, but they said no. Do you drop that lead, or did you make sure you added them to the email list and followed up with them? Again, that's where you kind of just make sure you're looking at those analytics as well. Email marketing metrics. How many people opened the email? How many people clicked? How many people bounced back? How many people unsubscribed? What emails are they unsubscribing from? Right? What emails are they not opening? If they're not opening it, your subject line wasn't good enough for them to open. If they're opening and not clicking, your call to action wasn't good enough. If they're unsubscribing, how are you getting people to subscribe to your email list? And what may be a reason that turned them off to say, I don't want this anymore? Are you being just too salesy, too pushy, right? Those are things to look at. So other things to kind of keep in mind are also your customer lifetime value, your CLV, right? How much money does a client spend with you over the life of your business? This is something my company looked at really hard last year, and we were like, what on average? I wanted to know. I remember talking to my team, said, I want to know on average how much people tend to spend with us, because it's a lot harder to get a new client than it is to keep a client. And so I said, if we can just focus on getting really good quality clients, really good leads, we ain't got to work so hard. And so last year, we were finding that we were still getting quite a bit of marketing clients who were spending, maybe $1,000 with us at a time. But that wasn't last year, I think it was the year before. And then we're like, okay, the goal is for every client, the majority of our clients, right, the average client, to spend at least $3,000 to $5,000 with us. We're all about affordability. So I know our number may be lower than yours, but $3,000 to $5,000 with us. Now, I will say that we've exceeded that this year. And so we'll go back and look. But if you've set that and you've said, okay, I want the average person to spend $1,000 with us, and you're getting people that's spending $100, $200, then there's something wrong with your system, that you're not marketing the thing that's going to get them to spend that amount, right? Because you want to focus your time and energy on the thing that's going to get you to your goal. And if your goal is I want them to spend $10,000 with us, $20,000, whatever the case may be, then you need to sell more of those things. You need to focus more of your marketing efforts on those things. You need to focus on audience that can pay for those things, right? And this is why you do these things, so you can find the loopholes, so that you're not wasting time trying to figure out why you're not hitting your end of the year revenue or profit goal. Well, that's because you didn't look at your CLV. You didn't look at your analytics from your email. You didn't look at your social media engagement. You just were like, well, I'm doing these things, hope it all works out at the end. No, let's be proactive and look. You also need to look at your CAC, your customer acquisition costs. How much does it cost you to acquire a new customer, right? If you're going to be spending money on ads, how much does it cost you? If they go through a specific funnel, maybe it's listen to your podcast, get the free lead magnet, book a call to sale, How much does it cost for you to run that podcast? How much does it cost for the software to run that lead magnet or to create that lead magnet? How much does it cost for you to run your scheduling and video conferencing software? And then divided by how many clients you got, how many, what I'm saying, that year. That's how much it costs you per person, right? These are numbers you need to know, because if that cost is high, but you're getting not that many people, that's crazy. Your overhead's too high. You need to figure something else out. You need to figure something else out. And so we just want to be mindful of all of these numbers. And I know it sounds like a lot, but that's called doing business, guys. But also, you can, if you know what you're looking for, you can put a SOP, which is a standard operating procedure, together for your team, your assistant, your VA, to pull this information for you. I am very to spreadsheets, but they need to be done. So my executive assistant does this for me. I'm like, hey, how much is this and what is that? And I'm asking for this information. When I work with other people, I'm asking for this information as well. Freelancers, hey, I want to know. Before I hire somebody, I want to see their data. When you work with somebody else, give me the data, because we have to stop being entrepreneurs that are acting on emotion. We need to be doing data-driven business, where we're really knowing our numbers and being able to effectively use those numbers to better our business. All right. So that's what we have today. I've been talking about one of our new offers recently. I'll make it bigger so you guys can see it. We have launched an Action Accelerator Academy for women coaches, right, who are ready to implement. I told you in the beginning, today is the first day of the second quarter of the year. If when I said that you were like, oh Lord, I'm not making enough progress, I need you to go ahead, use the link, and fill out that application. We're looking for 20 ready to go women entrepreneurs, women coaches, boss ladies, who are really ready to get support to move their business forward consistently, persistently, and hit those goals at the end of the year. This program is 12 months from the day you start. It is a hybrid program, so it actually has not really a course, a toolkit that you can go through and utilize that has lots of lessons. We'll be adding more lessons throughout the entire year. We have master classes, we have virtual events, but we also have coaching sessions that'll be group coaching sessions, small group coaching sessions, and small group Q&As as well. So not only are you able to go through the toolkit, get the resources you need, the guides, the templates, the knowledge, right? The strategy, but then you can also come to the coaching sessions to learn more. You can also come to the Q&A sessions and ask specific questions related to you. You can share your screen and say, hey, I tried to do this. Can you look at it? Give me feedback before I spend my money and do whatever. Or I need to hire a freelancer. Can you give me some support on that? This is what we're here for. We found that a lot of times people get in these coaching programs and these coaches are like, oh, I suggest you do these things, but they really don't give them the step-by-step guidance, and they don't hold them accountable and give them that support of accountability. We want that to end. We want to make sure that we are really understanding where you're trying to go. We give you the tools to get there, but then we also make sure that you're doing the work, right? You need that accountability. You need that weekly check-in to say, all right, I said last Tuesday I was going to get this email campaign written. I already told you how to do it. I already told you what should be in those emails. You just had to draft them out. Then you're showing me those emails on the Q&A call, asking me for feedback. You're putting them in your system. You're asking other people in the groups, hey, can you, join this lead magnet and go through my emailing thing and let me know what you think. You're getting that feedback and that support. So this is not your, run-of-the-mill coaching program. This coaching program was made for you, and it's all about implementation. We're not sitting around anymore. We are making this year the year that we succeed. All right. And this is for people who are starting their businesses, running, and ready to scale. We make sure we put things in there for everybody. And I think that's great because we can all help each other grow. It is an application process because we want to make sure you're ready, but you can go to the link. It'll be in the description of this video, but it's on the screen. Go ahead and apply now and get in while we have this inaugural price. Once, I think I told my team about 90 days from the day we started this program, once those 90 days are over, the price will go up. All right. The price will go up because it's actually worth a lot more, but we wanted to make it affordable. But I want people to really get in and stop waiting and saying, well, maybe next month, maybe next year. If you know that this is you and you could benefit from it, go ahead and apply now. You have nothing to lose. You can always apply and then change your mind if you want. But when you actually click the link, you'll actually go to a landing page that tells you all the details about the program. It'll let you know the cost, let you know what's included, all the things. There's no hidden anything. Everything's right there in front of you, and then you can apply, and then my team will get with you to see if this is a good fit. But guys, that is all for tonight. Remember that you got 9 more months. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. But definitely join us every Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Monday Night Lives. And until next time, guys, remember, actually, before I say that, the podcast will be coming out soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm super excited about season 3 of the iRock Business with Confidence podcast. If you're on an email list, you will hear about it. If you're on our social media channels, you will see about it. So please do check it out. Give it a 5-star review. Let us know you enjoyed it and what your biggest takeaway was. But again, until then, guys, remember, I rock, you rock, we all rock. And I'll talk to you next time.